In the heart of the Scape Ore Swamp, South Carolina, lurks a creature of unimaginable horror. A beast born of nightmares, the lizard man. A tale shrouded in mystery, the legend of the lizard man is a chilling testament to the unknown that lies beyond the veil of our everyday reality. The year was 1988. A young man named Christopher Davis was driving home late at night when he encountered something that would forever change his life. Suddenly, a monstrous creature leaped in front of his car, a creature that was unlike anything he had ever seen. Standing over 7 feet tall, with rough, scaly skin and glowing red eyes, it was a sight that would be etched into his memory for the rest of his days. As he recounted his harrowing experience, the people of South Carolina were gripped by a fear they had never known before. The tale of a beast that could rip a car apart with its bare claws sent shivers down the spine of even the most hardened skeptics. It was a creature that defied explanation, a being that seemed to have stepped right out of the pages of a science fiction novel. Yet, as terrifying as the creature was, it was the reaction of the public that truly set this legend apart. Instead of dismissing Davis's account as the ramblings of a frightened youth, people listened, and they believed. Whispers of the lizard man spread like wildfire, igniting a flame of curiosity and fear that would soon engulf the entire state. Every rustle in the bushes, every unexplained scratch on a car, every shadow in the darkness was attributed to the lizard man. The swamp was no longer just a swamp. It was the domain of a creature that became a symbol of the unknown, a beacon of the mysteries that lie hidden in the world around us. And thus, the legend of the lizard man was born, setting the stage for a series of chilling encounters that would shake the local community to its core. As the news of the lizard man spread, more and more people came forward, claiming to have seen the beast themselves. In the days and weeks that followed the initial sighting, the tale of the lizard man took on a life of its own. The local populace of Scape Ore Swamp and the neighboring towns began to talk, and whispers of an uncanny creature lurking in the marshlands became the stuff of dinner table conversations and late-night radio chatter. The sightings continued. A farmer reported a hulking figure darting across his field in the dead of night. A group of teenagers claimed they'd seen a monstrous figure with red, glowing eyes lurking near the edge of the swamp. Each new account added another piece to the growing legend. Each new witness painted a vivid picture of a creature that was half man, half lizard, and wholly terrifying. As the reports multiplied, so did the media attention. Local newspapers ran front-page stories on the lizard man. Television news crews descended on the small community, their cameras trained on the murky waters of the swamp, their reporters interviewing wide-eyed locals. The story was picked up by national outlets, and soon the legend of the lizard man was making headlines across the country. With the spotlight firmly on Scape Ore Swamp, fear began to grip the local community. Parents warned their children to stay away from the swamp. Residents began to keep their doors locked and their windows shuttered, even during the day. The once tranquil swamp had become a hotbed of fear and speculation. Yet, as the sightings continued, so did the questions. Was there really a lizard man lurking in the swamp, or was it all just a figment of the collective imagination? Were the sightings genuine, or were they the result of overactive imaginations and a community caught up in the media frenzy? With each new sighting, the legend grew, and so did the fear. But was the lizard man real, or was it all just a product of mass hysteria? As the sightings continued, so did the search for evidence, and soon it started to appear. The first tangible hint of the lizard man's existence came in the form of physical damage. A local man reported that his car had been mauled overnight. The description of the damage was enough to chill the blood. Deep, savage scratches marking the metalwork, punctures in the roof as if from some monstrous talons, and a hood that bore the unmistakable signs of being gnawed on. This was no ordinary vandalism. Then came the footprints. Large, three-toed prints were discovered near the Scape Ore Swamp, each one about 14 inches in length and 7 inches wide, a size far exceeding any creature known to inhabit the swamps of South Carolina. The prints bore a striking similarity to those of a bird, but were undeniably reptilian in nature. But as with all things mysterious and unexplained, controversy soon followed. Skeptics began to question the authenticity of the evidence. Some proposed that the car damage was nothing more than the result of a bear attack, a common enough occurrence in the rural South. Others suggested that the footprints were a hoax, cleverly crafted by someone with a flair for the dramatic and a knowledge of reptilian anatomy. Yet the believers held firm. They pointed to the consistency in the reports, the terror in the witnesses' voices, and the sheer inexplicability of the footprints. They argued that dismissing such compelling evidence was not skepticism, but denial. The debate raged on, but one thing was certain. The physical evidence had done more than just substantiate the sightings. It had breathed life into the legend, transforming it from local folklore into a nationwide sensation. People were no longer merely sharing tales of the lizard man. They were actively searching for him, their curiosity piqued by the tantalizing clues left in his wake. The physical evidence only added fuel to the fire, making the legend of the lizard man even more enigmatic and terrifying. With the growing number of sightings and mounting evidence, the local authorities launched an investigation into the lizard man. The local law enforcement, caught in the whirlwind of public hysteria and intrigue, felt compelled to dig deeper into the mystery. The investigation was no small feat. It involved combing the expansive Scape Ore Swamp, interviewing numerous eyewitnesses, and analyzing the available physical evidence. The authorities were meticulous and thorough, leaving no stone unturned, figuratively and literally. Soon, the intrigue of the lizard man reached beyond the borders of South Carolina, attracting the attention of cryptozoologists, individuals who study and seek out creatures whose existence is yet to be substantiated. These specialists arrived with an open mind and a keen interest in the unexplained. They worked alongside the local authorities, bringing to the table a unique perspective and a willingness to entertain possibilities that conventional scientists often dismiss. Cryptozoologists offered theories that ranged from the plausible to the wildly imaginative. Some suggested the lizard man could be an undiscovered species, a relic from prehistoric times. Others speculated it might be an extraterrestrial creature, a theory fueled by concurrent reports of unidentified flying objects in the area. But, as with any exploration of the unknown, skepticism was inevitable. The scientific community was quick to question the validity of the lizard man sightings. They argued that the evidence was circumstantial at best, and that fear and fascination were likely influencing people's perceptions. They called for more rigorous methodologies and empirical evidence before accepting the existence of such an extraordinary creature. Yet, the skepticism did little to dampen the public's interest. If anything, it only added another layer to the unfolding mystery. People continued to report sightings, and every new account, every piece of potential evidence, fueled the ongoing debate. Despite the lack of conclusive evidence, the investigation did little to dispel the fear and fascination surrounding the lizard man. The legend, it seems, was not only surviving but thriving, feeding off the curiosity and fear of the unknown that lie at the heart of all great mysteries. Years have passed since the first sighting, but the legend of the lizard man lives on. The tale of the reptilian creature lurking in the depths of the Scape Ore Swamp continues to captivate the curious and the brave, the skeptics and the believers alike. Today, the lizard man's tale is not just a chilling campfire story, but a cultural phenomenon that has seeped into every nook and cranny of popular culture. From comic books to video games, from documentaries to horror films, the lizard man has found his way into our collective imagination, a symbol of the unknown and the unexplained. Recent years have witnessed a resurgence in sightings of the elusive creature. A grainy photograph here, a shaky video there, footprints in the mud, all hinting at the existence of the creature that has become a part of South Carolina's lore. Some say it's the lizard man, others argue it's a hoax, a figment of overactive imaginations. Yet these sightings and stories continue to fuel the legend, adding layers to a mystery that remains unsolved. The legend's enduring popularity has had an unexpected consequence. It has become a boon for local tourism. Visitors from across the country and around the globe flock to Scape Ore Swamp, hoping to catch a glimpse of the legendary lizard man. They tour the swamp, visit the sites of the sightings, buy lizard man souvenirs, and even participate in the annual Lizard Man Festival. The legend has given a unique identity to the area, turning the swamp into a place of intrigue and adventure. Whether the lizard man is real or not, one thing is certain. The legend has become a part of South Carolina's folklore, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lurk in the heart of the Scape Ore Swamp.